All right, welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to enter into an Apple Cash Secure put. Ever wonder how to make passive income on the cash that you have or the stock that you own? Well, today, we're going to look at how to make money. If you have cash sitting around, you're wondering what to do with it, today we're going to show you how to do that. As you can see here, I'm going to show you here. I added $50,000 to my account. Recently sold a home and have some additional cash available. And so I decided to put it into Robinhood. You can see that, in the last week, I've gained about $10,000, about 10% after I added the 50,000. So prior to that, it was about 20%, but 10,000 for a month's not bad. I'm sorry, for a week. And then for the last month, about $20,000. In the last 3 months, we're looking at about $30,000. So not bad for the last few months. You can see I've got a few option contracts going. I have a NEO, a UVIX. My SoFi is currently in the money. And so I'll be looking to roll that later as I get closer to expiration. I also have a sound call. Got about 7,000 XRP, Bitcoin. I got some Ethereum, Link, XLM, ADA, Sol. And so the last couple of days, man, those have been really taken off. Also got some shares of Sound and SoFi. But today we're going to be looking at Apple, and we're going to be looking at selling a cash secure put on Apple. And what I'm looking at is the one-day chart. You can see here using the Gen X system, there's some resistance at the level of, let's say, about 224. Down at the bottom, we're looking at a low, a higher low, lots of support at about the 204, 205 on the daily chart, and pretty significant support down here right about the 193. You can see that, Apple hit a high here, and it's been in consolidation, kind of choppy, just sideways motion. We got a green signal here, which shows that, we got some bullish momentum, and we definitely got the green cloud showing bullish momentum. Get some consolidation here, possible, upside here for the next, I would say, maybe a couple weeks. They got earnings coming out here. July 31st is a Thursday. And so we'll keep an eye on that. I think the consensus in the market is, there's about a 70% chance that they'll beat earnings. That's the speculation in the media and the news and the different, institutions that are watching Apple. So I would expect there's not a lot of hype in that Apple right now. It's kind of just trending sideways. When you're doing the wheel strategy and selling options, whether a stock goes, if I'm selling a put option, the stock can go up or the stock can go sideways. The stock can even go down slightly. And, if it hits the strike price, then you get assigned. You still keep the premium. But even if it goes sideways, if you're out of the money, you're still going to collect the premium on that. So I'm going to be looking at entering a cash secure put on Apple today. And one of the things I'm going to look at here is I'm going to go to my Robinhood. I also have the WeBull open as well, so you can see what that looks like on WeBull. If you're on Robinhood, we'll go to Apple, and you can see it's currently trading about $2.33 per share. If I go to the 3-minute just to look at what it's doing right now, you can see that, the opening high, the first 5 minutes, the opening low kind of touched that, came back down, hit the opening low, and now it's kind of rebounding from there. So, in the short term, the next 15 minutes, anywhere from 210 to 211. So, probably a good time to get in. On the 1 hour chart, you can see it broke out of a range here and formed a new resistance right at this level, about 211. This is on the short term. But we got a wedge pattern here. And on the 4 hour, a little more long term, probably the next week or so, looks like we got a, consolidation, and we're coming. It looks like it's testing the highs. I would suspect that we're going to probably break up to the higher levels of maybe 212 and really test that. And if we break that short term, be good. Maybe close out the option early for some premium. But we'll see what it does. So what I'm going to do here is go to Apple, and I'm going to look at trading Apple options. And I'm going to look at selling a cash secured put. Okay, and if you're looking at your option chain and it looks like this, that'd be a 200, or that would be on the put side. You're going to sell a put, so you want to be on this side. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm looking. When I was looking at my support on the daily chart, what I saw here was a lot of support at about the 204, 205. And down here, I can see some support, more support down at the 196. So 196 is probably a really, really strong level. If you want to be conservative, you can set your strike price there. Maybe a lower delta, a little lower premium, but more conservative. For me, I'm a little more aggressive. Let's say if I have own stock of Apple at about 200, it's about a 5% discount from the 210 level, right? So looking at Apple, if I go out to the August 15th, about 28 days, and I go to the 200 strike price, you can see it's a delta of 0.25. And for a tech hedge pivot, we're looking between 0.2 to 0.3 on a stock we feel is bullish. Gives us some conservative estimates. You can see there's about a 77% chance that Apple will go to that level. The implied volatility is 31%, not high. The higher the volatility, typically the higher the premium. In this case, Apple being at 31% is not a significant volatility, which means it's pretty choppy, pretty sideways, not a lot of attention, not a lot of action. So I'm interested in seeing what this trade does. So you can see if I were to go with the 200 strike price, we're looking, about 286, let's say. So if I bring out the calculator on that, right, if I bring out the calculator and I do it at a 286, 2.86 per share divided by 200, that's about a 1.4% ROI. That would be 1.43% times 12. It's about a 17% annual percentage at 28 days. So maybe a little more than 17, maybe 18%, which, conservatively to generate additional cash flow, to me, is not bad. Try to target 2%, but depending, some are going to be higher, some are going to be 3%, some are going to be 1%. But on average, we're looking at about a 2% ROI per month, 24% per year. And typically we exceed that. Last year I had about 80% ROI for the year, which was, last year was a great year. This year so far has been a little bit of choppy, a little bit more challenging. So I'm probably averaging about 40% per year, 50%. But what we're going to do now is look at what does the 195 look like. Looks like the delta is a 0.18. And if you're at 0.18, 1.85, then what that looks like divided by 195, you're looking at about a 0.9%, 1% ROI for the month, 12% per year. So very conservative. So what we're going to look at is what I'm going to be looking at here is getting in at a $2, so a $200 strike price. So 2.89, get another dollar out of that. I'm going to review the order and I'm going to submit that. Pending, placed, and filled. So Apple now is filled. My collateral is $20,000 because there's 100 shares per contract. At $200, that is 100 shares is $20,000. So $20,000 of my cash in my Robinhood account has been assigned to this contract, which means that it's locked in the contract in my account. So that money has not purchased the shares. It has been set aside. In the event that I do get assigned, that money will be available to purchase the shares from the buyer of that contract or the owner of that contract at the time of expiration. If Apple stays above 200, then I will keep the premium of $289 within the time frame. If Apple stock decides to go up $10, then you can see the delta. Let's say tomorrow it goes up $10. So essentially what happens is if Apple goes up $10 times 0.25, you can see that's about $2.50, about $250 of the $280. So there'll be a percentage up to, well, what happens when you go into the money, let's say like here, or yeah, as you enter into the money, the delta goes up, so you get more of the premium actually we go down the chain. If you're selling a put, you go down the chain, so the premium exponentially will go lower, but you will approach the full premium as the stock price goes up. You will max to a percentage of maybe 80%, 90%. If Apple were to just take off, it would approach the $288 of premium. You could buy it back to close the option. So we sold the option contract, we sold the put, cash secure put, we opened by selling, and if we want to close it, we buy the contract back to close the option and lock in a portion or percentage of the premium. So we'll walk through that on another video. But here on WeBull, here's the 200 strike price. So you would hit the button. You would go to the option. This is the option change 200 strike price, August 15th. And then you would click on this side, on the sell. You would come to the quote. You would hit sell August 15th. It's a put. We're selling one contract. Being paper money, you could hit the market just to get it assigned. If it's real money, you want to do limit and do a midpoint between the bid and the ask. And then you would hit the paper trade button and it would get it into working. And once it's filled, it would become part of your position. So yeah, we're going to continue to monitor Apple. I would suspect that 210, it can break below the 210. It can come down to 205. I would imagine that would provide a support. My estimate is before earnings, we're probably going to approach more closer to the 220 mark on Apple. And depending on how earnings go, so here's my what I would suspect Apple to do is it can. Let's do it. Let's do this one here. I would suspect Apple's probably going to come down, retest, bounce back up. It can do it a couple times if it like, but it's probably going to retest this high here and then probably continue and come on to about the 220 mark before earnings. That would be my, how it gets there. Again, it could continue to bounce, so it might not be a straight line, but I would suspect 220 at the time of earnings at resistance, and if it beats earnings, I would suspect a breakout. If it beats earnings, and if it misses, I would suspect that we would be coming back to, maybe about the 210 again, or maybe even possibly down to the 196. And if we go back to the option chain, you can see $2 minus $3 is about 197, 196, 197. So it's right at the break-even point where if I own the shares and I got it for that price, break-even doesn't affect negatively my account. Then when Apple comes up, all of that is profit, right? Every dollar above 197 will be profit. So 197, if it goes up $10, that's $1,000 of profit. So I like it because it gives me, my first exit strategy is price stays above 200. I make $290. Price goes down to 200. I own the shares at a good price and I still have $290. Price goes up, I make profit. If it goes to 197, I own the shares. The 200 minus the premium I collected, my account stays flat, but I own the shares at 197, and every dollar that goes up from there is profit. So, and if it decides to stay there and I get to hang out with Apple and own the shares at 196, 197, then I'm fine with that, because at some point, Apple, like other stocks like Nvidia and Palantir, Apple's a solid company. I would suspect that it would increase from there. And if I have to have it at 197, let's say that's at the money. If I were to sell a call, for example, at the money, and you can see here a month out, the premium $700. So $700. So if I get assigned and I sell an option at $710 or $7 per share, divided by 210. Wow, they're paying over 3% premium ROI for the month. So if I get assigned, I'll turn around and sell a covered call and make additional premium and cash flow that way, and sell my shares at a higher strike price. So not bad. If you enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also, there'll be a link to our Discord down at the bottom. Become a member. We're also going to be adding a newsletter link, so you can sign up for free and be a part of our our newsletter. We'll be sending out. You'll be getting some information, maybe a free gift, some emails, helping you to become a better options trader. Get some crypto insights, market insights, and yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.